This is Holden Albright, Ontario independent professional wrestler, and you are listening to Shooting Up North, Indy edition, with Lewis Carlan. You're gonna love this.
Hello and welcome to Shooting Up North, Indy Edition. I am your host, Lewis Carlan. I am very excited today. I've got a guy coming back on the show today. I've had him on before, and we're finally hooking up again. It's always a pleasure to talk with this guy. Very happy to welcome back to the show, Holden Albright. Holden, welcome back to the show, my friend.
Thank you for having me, Lewis. I love coming back because you keep improving every time, so I always love giving you my time.
Wow, thank you so much. I appreciate that. That means a lot to me, man. I just want to say, first of all, congratulations, by the way, on finding the driver's license and health card. I know you lost it in August, and you found it. Just want you to tell us a little bit how you lost it, and why it took so long for you to find your driver's license and health card. And were you driving without the license, by the way?
Funny you start this way. I always forget that you do your research, aka you pay attention when people post how dumb they are on Facebook. What happened was, so I had one of those wallets that kind of like magnetically attached to your phone, and
Okay.
it slowly just dissipated and was falling apart, and the cards were barely hanging in there. So I was basically just using one of like the holes under my radio in my van as just has my stuff in it. And then I realized I needed to pull out my ID for something, and I couldn't find it. And I was like, oh no. And then very much like me, I just waited. I tried not to stress out about it. And then about 6 or 7 weeks later, I found it under my car seat.
Oh, it's under the car seat. Okay, there you go. So it took you 7 weeks to realize that it was actually under your car seat.
Well, like to be fair, it was like in the tracks leaning there. It wasn't like it was just under the car seat. I needed to move the chair,
Okay.
and then I saw it. So I wasn't completely
Oh,
dumb.
okay. Okay. Well, I'm glad you actually found it. I'm glad you found it, and everything is good now. So if you get sick or you need to get a COVID test, you have your health card, so you're good to go there. So December 24th, 2020 is a big day. Something special is happening. It's not Chris. Well, it is Christmas Eve, but something else is happening on 12/24. Go Hard Pro. So tell me a little bit about Go Hard Pro.
So initially I was gonna run a show on November 22nd, and then the world went to hell. So that didn't happen, and I was sitting around twiddling my thumbs, real bored and needing a challenge. I was like, well, we did Backyard Pro earlier in the summer, and it was very fun, except I'm not a backyard wrestler. I don't like backyard wrestling, and
Okay.
it was fun, but I wasn't like 110% into it. Whereas I'm like, well, there's all these closed sets wrestling going on. We've kind of been going back to training before the last week because of the new restrictions. But I was like, well, we got to do something for everyone. And I messaged a few people, said, how about this? Messaged some more people, talked to some people about it, and then people were on board. So I was like, okay, let's start a Indiegogo to fund this, very much like it will be a holiday special, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer or something, and air it for free on YouTube for everyone on December 24th. But if you want to contribute, get signed posters, get even on the show possibly, it's very much the opportunity in the Indiegogo, because this a live event makes money from tickets being sold and sponsorships. Unfortunately, no one's going to be allowed to be on the set when we're filming this unless you're a performer. So we wanted a way for you to feel like you're a part of it, and for as little as a $10 donation, you can get your name in the credits because it is basically a holiday film.
All right, so where are you filming it? Do you have a location yet, or are you still searching for a location?
Well, like, if the government and just COVID in general figured out how to, like, ease back a little bit, our location would have been confirmed. It will take place over multiple locations, but they will be it will be real wrestling matches in a real wrestling ring.
All right, cool. So is this something that's gonna continue into 2021, Go Hard Pro, or is it just a one show thing? How do you plan to move forward with Go Hard Pro?
The best case scenario that within the next 3 years it will be a regular thing, but if it's just this holiday special and then we don't have another show or anything until June next year. But also, I put down a $7,500 goal just in case we could reach this, because then we know people are hungry enough for it that we will be back at least every few months.
All right, cool, man. Sounds good. So why December 24th? Is it because it's a Christmas themed show? What's the reason behind 12/24?
It's just so that it's around Christmas time, gives us enough like leverage, because it's more than 2.5 months away, that we can do that, and not too much stuff happens Christmas Eve, so we can kind of, if you have your family all together or you're at home because there's nothing to do, and you don't have to watch it when it premieres live on Christmas Eve. Stuff's closed Christmas and Boxing Day sometimes, so if you don't have work, you can watch this and enjoy it.
Absolutely. I for one, am going to be watching this live. I'm very much looking forward to this. I was reading that the feuds and match stipulations are going to be based off classic holiday movies and classics. Is it going to be like, are you going to have like Rudolph versus Elf, or Santa Claus versus the Home Alone kid? How do you have characters set yet, or?
It is, so the characters per se are actual wrestlers from the area. So like Holden Albright will be on the show as Holden Albright, but will I be wearing like antlers on the wolf mask, and what would my intentions for this feud be? But you did mention Santa, and I will say that there will be a Santa suit match. I'm not entirely sure what it means. I just wrote it down and went, well, we'll figure out when we film this.
Okay. Well, I look forward to the Santa suit match.
Yeah, someone's getting naked.
Really, somebody is going to be absolutely naked after that match? Is that the idea?
Not absolutely naked, but as we're saying this, because it's basically in the vein of like an evening gown or a tuxedo match. But very much while we're saying this, I'm like, well, there's that Lonely Island Dick in a Box song. I'm like, well, it'd be real funny if they get like super naked and then they just grab a box. That's the only thing stopping them, and then you see their ass as they run away.
Okay. So is it just you running Go Hard Pro, or is it a group like Kaizen Pro? Is a 4-person group? Is it just you, or do you have a group running the whole thing?
I would say I am very much the head of it, and I wouldn't even say the word promoter. I enjoy the word project manager, because I was talking to Jimmy Vandelay, a referee in the area, and also he'll be doing the graphics and all the cool stuff. And I basically just, on the production side, I grabbed everyone that I'm a fan of that I know is good, and I said, what's your fee? I said, sweet, we'll figure out how to pay that. And then on the creative side, it's, if you see our Facebook posts and our Instagram posts and shit, you'll understand what my close friend circle is. So I'm depending on them a lot, of leaning on them for ideas. But if I'm also the oldest in my friend group, so I'm very much the big brother that's like, hey guys, let's do this. And for as many people saying, well, are we sure we can? I'm like, well, we're not going to know unless we find out. And so far, if the Indiegogo's any sign of it, it's going pretty well and people are excited. So what else could we ask for?
Yeah, I see that you have your graphic design paid. I saw that post. So that's good. So you're well on your way to I think you're over, like you said, you're over $1,000 now. And do you think you'll hit that goal of 7,500? Are you on pace for that?
Well, we're only like legitimately. I launched it on Friday afternoon. We're now talking Tuesday evening, and we're over 1,000 public donations, but also privately we have about the same amount of. So the
Okay.
the goals broke down to at $1,000 we would at least do some sort of like 45-minute show. At 2,500 we could do a 90-minute show, and 2,500 is about the break even point from the production and talent standpoint. But if we get to 5,000, that's where we can invest into having a great Halloween Havoc. Actually just got announced, and I've been saying the words Halloween Havoc so many times over the last week.
Okay.
We are absolutely are gonna have inflatable Christmas decorations for our entranceway, very much in the vein of Halloween Havoc. And now someone came up with the random idea of possibly the WWE has their Thunderdome. Well, what if we had a Lightning Dome as our audience? What does that mean? I have no idea yet. Once again, we're pitching ideas at the wall, and
Okay.
we're going to be filming. We're filming sometime in November, so it gives us time to figure this out. But all the money that we get just goes straight back to the project. And if we actually get over $5,000, we're gonna add in T-shirts, face masks, and long sleeve crew necks to the tiers, just for as a bonus thank you for supporting.
All right. Sounds cool, man. Sounds cool. So I know I've seen the picture with you, Alexi Nicole, and Gabrielle Ford. Any other talent we could expect there? Pretty Ricky, maybe. Do you have anybody else that you can confirm that'll be on the show?
I feel like if you have a ridiculous thing, Pretty Ricky isn't far away from it. But I will honestly say, Pretty Ricky is one of my best friends. No one would expect this, but me and him, legitimately as people, are very similar and almost the exact same person. Even though when we wrestle, I'm this fucking monstrous, angry dude, and he is this overly sexual, creepy dude. But we're both creepy in different ways. But once again, at the heart of it, we're both pro wrestling fans, and we love it. So
You're not creepy at all. What are you talking about? You're not creepy at all.
yeah, I
By
definitely
the
don't. I don't post photos of people's children at all.
okay. By the way,
Consensual.
thanks for ruining my Sunday. By the way, I meant I forgot to mention. I appreciate that. You ruined. That was the first
It
thing.
happens.
I wake up when I wake up in the morning. The first thing I do is check my Facebook to see if I get any messages. That was the first thing I saw as soon as I woke up. It's like, oh my God, my whole Sunday's ruined. Thanks a lot, Holden.
You're,
I'm not even gonna repeat the unless you want me to repeat the post.
Hey, I was impressed. I took a very impressive poop on the weekend. I'm very happy about it. I'm very regular. I got a high fiber diet.
Like I pooped out a cigar. I'm like, oh great, wonderful,
Dude,
wonderful.
legit. It legit looked like a cigar. I was very impressed.
Okay, man. Okay. Um, since let me ask you about white monsters. Okay, I've been wanting to ask
Yes.
you about this for a while. Why the white monster? Why do you like to drink white monster so much? And what is it? Does it just give you energy, or and why the white monster? There's so many different varieties out there.
Uh, I'm a I'm not a huge like taste guy. I'm a fan of water, so I
Okay.
don't care about all the different tastes. And the White Monster is a little bland, which I prefer, and it feels lighter. It's not kicking me in the taste buds, and I need that energy sometimes.
Okay, now at the Taco Fest, I want to ask you about this because I got a little scared there. I don't know if you remember, as you're in the ring.
My paycheck does remember Taco Fest for the damages I caused. But go on with your story.
Okay, oh, that's right. I forgot about that. It was what was it that you smashed again? Or you threw something
Uh,
into something and you broke?
Yeah, so I pushed Madman Fulton from like a spear position into a van, and I dented that, and then I suplexed him on a picnic table, and I also broke that, and that was the cities. And
Oh gosh.
Yeah, that was a wild weekend. But I am I'm not a, what do you call, a piece of shit. So I did reimburse people's payments.
Okay. Okay, there you go. See, I completely forgot about that, and that's right. I knew you were going to get in trouble for that, but I thought I was in trouble because I don't know if you remember when you first came into the ring, you in character, then you broke character and you said, "Hey, Lewis, did you get my white monsters?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't have them." And you're like, "Wait, you don't have my white monsters?" And I got legit scared because I thought you were gonna rush me or something. I was like, I better leave now and just go get his white monsters quickly before he gets up. I did come back with three, but you didn't legitimately get upset. You weren't gonna like throw me into a table or anything, were you?
No, no, no. Like,
Okay.
you're real lucky that I noticed you at that point because I was about to wrestle, which means my focus was on my opponents at that moment. But I did. It's just like a friendly little reminder of, oh yeah, I
Yeah.
needed to. You, I'll deal with that later.
Okay. No, but I did come through and I did get the I think I got you three, and you did give me a nice hug, so that was it was well worth it was well worth it. And so you're back August. Actually, you made your return to the ring in August for Alpha One. So how did it feel being back in the ring after so long? Must have felt fantastic.
I wasn't used to I would say you said it felt fantastic. I did a superplex off of a ladder that was like 8 feet tall, so not the smartest decision. And it so from my standpoint as a wrestler, because of the crowd being socially distanced, and Alpha One Wrestling will return back in Oshawa. I believe there are limited tickets on October 18th. And just people being spaced out apart from each other, the interaction levels seemed a little weird where you'd get pockets of reaction instead of just like a sound. But the number one big difference was I haven't, I'm one of the few performers that once the bell rings or my music plays, I'm in fight mode. Like, I could have a 60-minute match where Josh kicks my ass for 58 minutes of it, or I could have a hardcore 15-20 minute match with like Kevin Blackwood. But it's always that my mindset goes on. I compare it to Festus actually. And what happens though is that adrenaline rush though afterwards, it wasn't like I was exhausted or blowing up. It was just like it felt like I was waxed or something, of just like the pain of just immediately gone, and just like, oh, okay, I just ran a marathon. Huh. Haven't done this in like 6 months. Feels real weird.
And you mentioned October 18th. You have another match coming up with BMD. So what can we expect in that match? Are you gonna jump off an 8 foot ladder again and maybe superfly splash him through a table or something?
Unfortunately, I do not believe it is no disqualification.
Okay.
But my game plan going into that match is it's actually way different than a lot of my matches before. I've relied on mind games and just like creeping people out, where I am going to just, my focus is to commit as much violence as possible. Me and BMD in there are two of the bigger dudes in the Alpha One roster. We can do things that the other guys can't do. And we're not talking about flashy stuff. We mean punching each other in the fucking mouth. And when
Okay.
when that time comes, I know Brett will rip off his sleeves, and I know I won't be afraid to headbutt him in the face. So it's definitely going to be violent, and the winner of this match gets a challenge for the Alpha Male Championship that night. And if I'm not winning that match, you better believe Brett isn't going into that main event at 100%.
Okay. And do you know if that's gonna be live again on Twitch? I know the last show was live on Twitch. Are you
As
not
of
sure?
right as of right now, I do not believe so, but it will be
Okay.
available on the Impact Plus app sometime after the event.
Okay. So any other shows coming up or just the Alpha One and the Go Hard Pro?
It's just Alpha One and Go Hard Pro right now. It's cold in Canada currently. I just turned actually my heat
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
I just switched over my AC to the heat last night, and
Okay.
I honestly don't know. And hopefully, with me doing this Indiegogo for Go Hard Pro, a lot of other promotions will see this as an opportunity to figure out, well, maybe we do closed set tapings, maybe we do live tapings, and you contribute via like PayPal as like a tipping system or something. But we're in interesting times right now, and unfortunately the old way of things is not possible, so we got to find different ways. And luckily in Ontario and everywhere in pro wrestling, for the most part, independent wrestling, the fans are the biggest support system ever. Just without your support, we can't live our dream, but also without your support, it wouldn't be as fun.
I know. I mean, I miss the shows, man. I miss the shows. And I was going to ask you about crossbody. I know you still hold the title, right? You're still the crossbody champion.
Yep, I've held the title since February, a year and a half ago. So, but I also don't believe quarantine days count. So I was supposed to defend that title against Gabriel Fuerza on March 28th, and as of right now, I don't think it's official. I think if you talk to anyone at Crossbody, the quarantine days have counted. But my title reign went on pause March 27th because, to be honest, Fuerza beat me 3 months earlier in December at the end of the Autobahn to the Gold tournament to deserve a title match, and maybe I wouldn't have beaten him on March 28th. Maybe I would have beat him March 28th. Maybe someone else would have beat me for the title by now. Maybe I would have kept the title forever. We don't know, and I don't like living in a world of don't knows. If someone tells me the stove's hot, I'm an idiot. I gotta touch the stove to make sure it's hot.
Okay, all right, man. That's well. I like the way you put that. If the stove's hot, I gotta touch it to make sure it's hot. But
yeah, like I'm not just gonna believe people's words for it. People lie. I lie. I would tell someone the stove isn't hot.
Okay. Well, have you? I'm sure you have multiple burns on your hand then from testing the stove. From testing the stove.
No, so I have a bunch of scratches on my hand from just like sharp objects and dumb stuff. But I do have multiple fire-related tattoos on me that if I ever set something on fire, people shouldn't be surprised.
Okay. I for one will not be surprised. So.
Yeah, he has it written all over him. Of course he did something that involved fire.
So I know the pandemic, the whole stupid pandemic thing, we discussed that, but any word on possibly when Ben might bring
I think it's literally just play it by ear, and like Ontario specifically is real wild right now that maybe this is the second wave or maybe it's not, but I'd rather promotions play it safe, that if they can't do it at 100% right now, just don't do it. There's no reason to be dumb and either risk a fine or risk people's health and safety, especially if it's the fans, not just the talent.
Yeah, of course. I know out in Japan, I don't know if you've been watching New Japan Pro Wrestling, but they're wrestling almost in front of full crowds right now, and everything seems to be going okay out in Japan. Hopefully, we could follow suit soon, and as long as, like you said, everybody's safe. But love for the indie shows to come back, man.
We're still having protests of people that don't want to wear a little bit of fabric when they go grocery shopping. Like, we do not live in a smart society, and that's coming from one of the dumbest pro wrestlers in the world.
No, I do agree. People are they don't want to wear the mask, but what can you do? I mean, and you're not dumb. You're actually one of the smartest. You're okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't let anyone know that. That's our secret.
Okay, I'll edit that out. I'll edit that part out. So.
Well, can I ask you, Lewis? Can I ask you something quickly while we're on mass?
Hey, this is my show. No, go ahead.
Well, you're a father, right?
I am, yes.
Like, are your children in school right now? Like, that has to be scary.
She goes to school 1 week and then she stays home the next week. But she wears the mask all the time, and it's social distancing, and it is a little scary, but that's what she wants to do, and she's 17, and I we let her do it, and so far so good.
At least 17 isn't. There's a little
Yeah,
more
yeah,
trust in there.
yeah. If she was 5 or 6 or 7 or up to 10, maybe even up to like 15, I would have had her stay home.
Yeah, yeah.
But she's a young adult now, so she's going to be in college. Oh my God, college next year.
Wow.
Yeah, so I feel I feel confident. She knows what she's doing, and so far, well, like I said, she has the mask on all the time, and so far so good. Yeah, if you want to ask me another question, feel free, man. Actually, I like answering questions. If you have another question for me.
Well, like, have you had a cigar-sized dump recently? How regular are you, Lewis? How regular? How many
Actually,
times do you
no,
poop in a day?
I'm pretty regular. It hasn't really been I wouldn't say cigar, more like more like an oversized twig maybe, but not a cigar.
Okay, okay.
All right. Is that like a bolt, like a big bolt?
Poop talk with Lewis and Holden.
That could be the new show. That could be the poop dog, Holden and
It's
Lewis.
it's the new definition of shit talking.
Oh man. Okay, I lost my spot here. And oh yeah, okay. I see you still collecting toys, by the way. And by the way, I love that Andre the Giant Funko Pop that you got. Where did you get that, by the way? And it looks like an oversized Funko Pop.
Yeah, I think it's so. I have only one of the like 12-inch Funko Pops, but the normal ones I believe are 4 inches. This one is like 6.5. I love that it's oversized. Like that's just if you have an Andre Funko, it should be bigger than all the rest. So I actually got that at EB Games. I believe it was a GameStop exclusive in the US, but yeah, I love it. I also picked up a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh! Funko Pops last month, and I picked up a Titantron Live in the box playset from 1999 last week.
Wow, you sound very proud that you picked up a playset last week, but
I,
but
I don't know if
but no
proud or
but
just
no
happy. It blends in.
no you sound extremely proud. I could hear it in your voice when I got this Titantron Live playset, man, last week. You know,
Dude.
and like yeah, because I could see the smile from ear to ear on you, man.
It's my
So
fucking
like
childhood.
how no, it's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I wish I could collect, but unfortunately, that avenue of pleasure has been closed off for me. So
She
I think
goes
the
to
last
college
time,
next year. She goes to college next year. You'll have a room free.
yeah, no, I'll have the room free, and well, most of my money's going to go towards paying for college, so I don't think I'll be
Fair.
able to. But I would love to get my hands on that Andre the Giant Funko Pop. That must have been expensive though.
It was only like $5 more than the usual ones. I believe it was like 25 or
Really?
something. Yep.
Oh wow. I'm gonna have to go see if I'm gonna go out this weekend. If I see it, screw it. I'm gonna buy it. It'll be a little tougher to sneak into the house because it's a little bigger, but I think I could. I think I could pull it off. I'll sneak it through the attic window, not the attic, the basement window, and I'll lower it in. I'll attach it to like a string, and I'll just lower it in slowly, and hopefully I get in. But I'd love to get that, man. It looked really. Is that a new one or is that have they had that one out for a while?
This came out this year.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely gonna get that. I'm gonna add that. Last time you asked me how many I had, I think I had 10. I still just have 10. The last one I got was a Babe Ruth Funko Pop, but you've inspired me to get more. You inspired me
Fuck
to get more.
yeah.
I'm still waiting for the still waiting for the Holden Albright Funko Pop. You would actually make a great Funko Pop if they came out with a Holden Albright Funko Pop.
There is a way to privately fund getting your own Funko Pop. A few stand-up comedians have done that, but it costs like $150,000. So I do not have that fan base yet.
Oh. Okay, well, you might want to start another Indiegogo then and see if you can raise enough money to get.
Well, that's
All
to be
right.
fair. To be honest, though, I think a lot of people are seeing this Indiegogo and who don't know me personally, and they don't know like Brendan Caulfield, and they're wondering why is he getting this money? But from our friendship, Lewis, and other people, they believe in me and they support me because they genuinely know I'm a good person, even though my brain doesn't like to tell me that sometimes.
Okay, well, you are a very, very good person, and I do appreciate that you keep coming on the show, and I do appreciate that you don't get angry when things go wrong, and we don't hook up for the show. So I appreciate that. You're a good guy, Holden. Even though, although I do want to ask on Twitter, what's with the image of you crossing your face off? What is that? What are you trying to say there?
I went through this weird little thought process of changing my character in August, and I was gonna wrestle like just complete like black bodysuit, black mask over my face, and I've gone away from it, but I did like that animation I put up.
Okay, fair enough. There you go. So I'm sure in the beginning of 2020, you had your goals set for this year. Stupid pandemic show up, screwed up everything. So how have your goals changed from the beginning of 2020 to, I guess, now and for 2021? I know Go Hard Pro would definitely be one of those goals, but anything else might have changed?
So, as a Canadian independent pro wrestler, we're always told travel to the U.S. And to be honest, that's where you will get exposure. There are 40 million people in Canada. There are 340 million in the U.S. That's where we are constantly told to go. And then even like some of my friends, like Vertigo and Brent Banks, they've gone to England. But my goal last year, I just wanted to become the best I could be in Ontario, and I wrestled a bunch in Ontario to focus on that. When the next year comes around, I'll start going to the States. And in February, I was in Cleveland and Detroit, and it set up a bunch of different opportunities for the rest of the year. The pandemic hits a month later, and unfortunately, things change. And to be honest, looking at the politics of the U.S. right now, it's kind of a scary place. So my plans have literally changed 100% or 180 degrees for the fact of I don't even give a shit about wrestling in the U.S. whenever we're able to again. My goals is I want to become one of the best in Canada. And to become the best in Canada, that means I have to go out to British Columbia, wrestle their best, Alberta, Nova Scotia, Newfoundland. Hell, I'll go to Nunavut and Saskatchewan. I don't care. I want to prove I'm one of the best. And to do that, I have to wrestle everyone in Canada. And that's my goal for when next year comes around.
All right, cool, man. So how does it feel? I mean, I know you've been doing this for I think 5 or 6 years now, and you have like newcomers like this. Let's take Wade Allen. You had a match with Wade Allen a few months back, and Wade Allen was like, "Oh my God, I'm going to the ring with Holden Albright," and there are a lot of guys that are up and coming that say that they want to match with Holden Albright. How does that feel, at this point that, people they want to learn from you. They want to have matches with you. Well, I shouldn't say how does it feel. It must feel great, but like how great does that feel that you have people that want to wrestle you and that want to learn from you?
I think I'm weird for the fact that I'm very conscious about my self-esteem. And when I would hear, and I told Safety Travis this once backstage, because he's like, "Oh, I want to wrestle you." And I just said, you shouldn't want to wrestle specific people. You should just want to wrestle, because the more you wrestle, the better you'll get. And if you stick with it, you will wrestle everyone you want to wrestle. But I then realized that it is a sign of respect that people want to wrestle me, not because of like the fact of, oh, I get to wrestle someone that wrestles a lot. It's the fact that they know they can learn from me. And I'm not a piece of shit. I started training 7 years ago in February. And it's every time I wrestle someone, if it's legitimately their first or their 20th or 10th year in wrestling, if it's their first match or 10th year, I'm going to give it my all out there, because I don't care about looking good. I care about the match being good. And at the end of the day, we'll both look good.
All right, there you go. I mean, I know Wade Allen was very proud of that match, by the way. Your thoughts on Wade Allen, by the way. I'm just curious on your thoughts on Wade.
I love Wade. He is one of my favorite people in the world, not just wrestlers. He actually gave me a Stone Cold figure a few months back. But do you know the story
Okay.
about our match in February?
I think he said it was put together like 5 minutes. He didn't know the match was gonna happen until 5 minutes before it actually happened. Something like that. Is
So
that the story? Okay, go ahead.
there was nothing put together. It was I that was Family Day weekend, and traditionally, apparently, for the last couple of years, my Family Day weekends have been like just hard fought match, like five in a row. And this year was I started with two matches on Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Wade was the last opponent in this match. So on Monday, I show up to the promotion we're wrestling for, Championship Wrestling from Ontario, and I see the match card, and to be honest, a lot of the matches seem like it already happened before. And I legitimately look at the card. I'm like, well, we can mix this up so that it's kind of different. And I'm like, I want to wrestle Wade. I haven't wrestled him yet. And the to compare it, I wrestled Evan Greenaway on Thursday, and we had a 20-minute match where we very much knew what was going to happen in that match. With Wade, I double checked a couple of things he did. We maybe called 1 minute of that match. We knew what was going to happen, and we wrestled 20 minutes worth of just on the fly. And a lot of people don't like doing on the fly stuff. To be fair, I don't like doing it most of the time. If I can plan a match, I will, because would you rather watch a film at the movie theater or an improv comedy act with improvisers that aren't that good? I would go with the movie because it's planned out, and that's how I see wrestling too. It can be good when it's improvised, but it needs to be guys like me and Josh that have wrestled each other multiple times. Me and Wade have trained together, but we're also both big dudes where I'll let him toss me around because he's bigger than me. And we made good music that night. I'm very happy with that match.
Yeah, it was a great match, and I love Wade too. He's a good friend of mine, and he's definitely once the match is started again, I think he's gonna really go far and become one of the best in Ontario, man. And I'd love to see her. I know he wants to step in the ring with you again, and hopefully that'll happen sooner rather than later. But you mentioned movies. Have you seen any good movies lately, or what was the last good movie that you saw?
So I went to the drive-in, or yeah, the drive-in a couple times last month actually. The first time I watched You Cannot Kill David Arquette, and it was amazing. That movie was awesome, and David Arquette as a person is great.
Okay.
And then I went to the drive-in a couple weeks after that, and I watched uh, Tenet, and I was with my girlfriend, and I was not paying attention to Tenet. I'm not gonna lie, I was very much into my girlfriend at that time, and
Okay.
but Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle aired afterwards, and
Okay,
and
that's a
oh
great
my
film.
god, I forgot how good it was.
Yeah, that's a great movie. It's a great movie. I haven't seen the David Arquette documentary yet, and I
Bro,
need.
you have to.
I know. I have to. I keep meaning to see it to watch. I know it's on YouTube and Apple TV. I keep meaning to watch it. And I keep forgetting, and I feel bad. But I'm a big Arquette fan, and RJ City. I know he's in the movie as well. So I'll definitely get to it
Bro,
before
watch
this month
watch
ends.
it with your missus. Like, it is actually, even if you're not into wrestling, you everyone knows who David Arquette is. Even if they don't know him, they know of him, and it's just a very like relatable story of just struggle and triumph and genuine happiness, which is why I love wrestling.
All right, I want to see it even more now. So yeah, no, definitely. I don't think she'll watch it with me. I can mention it, but she's not into pro wrestling and she's not going to want to watch it. So I'll have to watch it on my own, in the basement by myself. One of these days. Maybe after I sneak in the Andre the Giant Funko Pop, I could sneak to the computer and go watch that David Arquette. Just so. Are you actually going on a Bigfoot hunt? I saw the post. You're looking for UFOs and you're going on a Bigfoot hunt. Is that a joke or is that real? Because I'd love to join you on that, man.
I grew up watching like Mystery Hunters and Truth or Scare and Destination Truth. I forget what Leonard Nimoy hosted a show like in the 70s. I forget what it was called. but what's it called? I've never
Oh,
see, you know the show I'm kind of talking about, right?
yeah. In search of. In search
In
of.
Search of. Yeah, because
That's
yeah, In Search of. Oh, it was so good. But
yeah.
I watched all these shows, and to be honest, I don't know if I believe any or anything of it. And but I'm fascinated with the stories and the entertainment value, and I'm mapping out. I'm like, oh yeah, it'd be real cool to go to this haunted place. Oh, there's a lake monster here. Let me go there. And I
Yeah.
don't care. I don't care about traveling. I didn't get my passport until I got into pro wrestling. So I'm just like, well, my motivation now is the pandemic has definitely taught me to enjoy nature more. I've been going on a lot of like 5 hour walks, and I'm like, yeah, well, why do I do this? But I look for UFOs, and the difference is, so I know that you're a go getter, Lewis. The fact that you have this podcast is proof of that. But there's so many people like when I say I'm gonna do this next year, I end up doing it, and not because I'm one of the people that say I need to go do this because I need to. But there's a lot of people. If you go back to that Facebook post, I go, "Oh, I wish I could do that," or "I want to join you in this." But to be fair, most of them I know wouldn't do that. But I might hit you up next year, Lewis, and be like, "Yo, this weekend, Bigfoot?" Question mark.
Yeah. No, I'd be in. I'd be in. 100%, man. If you were breaking up a little bit there, so I didn't hear everything you said, but I think you said next year if you're gonna ask me to go on a Bigfoot hunt. I believe that's what you asked me.
Yes, I believe you're one of the few people
Okay.
that said they want to do it that I believe would do it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I would do it. I would go with you. I know like you said, I know there's no chance in hell we would find a Bigfoot, but I would still go for it just in case there is actually a Bigfoot out there that I could maybe take a picture of and prove to the world that Bigfoot exists. And yeah, if you go on a ghost hunt, I mean, I don't know if you watch, they have all these paranormal states TV show. I'm into that. Ghosts, I believe. If you want to go on a ghost hunt as well, I'm down for that 100%, man.
Hell yeah, Lewis. We're going to go on an
Let's do it.
adventure
Let's
next
do it
year.
now, man. No, let's do it right now. I can after I'm done, I'll just drive up. I'll drive to you, and we'll go out looking for ghosts. Maybe we'll go wherever you got your coffee. Maybe that place is haunted, and we could we could look for a ghost there.
So
No.
sorry, Lewis. I got work in a couple hours.
Oh wow. So that's right. You work in the mornings, right?
Yeah,
You work.
I finish in the mornings. I start in the dead of the night.
Yeah. Do you ever sleep though? Do you go to sleep or you don't sleep?
I nap. Does that count?
Okay. Yeah, no, that does count. That's sleeping. Well, then, I'll ask you one more question then, and then I'll let you plug Go Hard Pro and the Indy Go again. So 5 years from now, where do you see yourself?
5 years from now, 32. Okay, so I said if I never felt loved in my mid 30s, I'd probably become a serial killer. So I'd be
That's
a
right.
year
That's
I'd be a
right.
year away from that.
I forgot about that conversation.
I remind myself every morning when I look in the mirror. I'm like, not yet. 6 more years.
That's right. Remember, you freaked out Alicia Toots. I think you were talking about serial killers with Alicia Toots, and yeah, you totally freaked her out during that interview.
It happens. It happens. People aren't ready for the truth.
Okay. Well, I don't think you're gonna be a serial killer, but who
See,
knows? Maybe.
that's how they fool you. That's how they fool you.
Okay. Okay. No, I honestly do not think you're gonna be a serial killer. Like, have you thought about maybe being signed to a major promotion Josh is on Impact now. I know AEW, Kevin Blackwood was just on there as well. I think Puff was on there as well. I think I saw a
Yep.
clip of Puff. Do you watch that and you go, I that could be me. Is that something you want to do?
AEW is pretty much like the only television wrestling product I've kept up with during the pandemic, but it's the WWE has definitely solidified that it was great when I was a kid to watch, but now it's as a pro wrestler, you will not be you'll have so many handcuffs there. But I just believe if you focus on wrestling, if you just focus on it, you can't get worse, and whatever happens happens.
Okay, fair enough. Well, man, if you want to go ahead and plug Go Hard Pro again and the Indiegogo page, and go right ahead, man. It's all yours.
Thank you very much, Lewis, for your time and energy. I've loved our friendship over the years. And yes, if you want to contribute to this, visit at GoHardPW on Twitter and Instagram. You can look up Go Hard Pro Wrestling on Facebook. And if you go to Indiegogo, uh, just type in Go Hard Pro Holiday Special, because the link is very difficult to read out without it being confusing. But I appreciate all the support. Anyone listening to this, no matter where you are in the world, you will be getting a free holiday special from Ontario Independent Wrestling to you, from my family to your family on Christmas Eve.
All right, man. Fair enough. I look forward to that, and you can count on a donation from me. I haven't made a donation yet, but I definitely plan on making a donation to Indiegogo to Go Hard Pro. And man, I wanna thank you for joining me again today. Every time we talk, man, I get nervous because I'm like, do I have good questions here? And it always winds up that we have a fantastic conversation. At least I think it was a fantastic conversation, and hopefully you do too, right? You thought it was a fantastic. I'm waiting for you to jump in there, Holden.
I love your interviews, Lewis. You're one of the few people that do a very good. Actually, no, I won't say you're one of the few people. I surround myself with talented and motivated people, so I can count over 5 people off the top of my head that do this well, and of course you're one of them. But I am very grateful for our friendship, and I love watching you improve of when you're switching from different podcast styles. Instead of giving up, you're constantly reinventing, and you're not afraid to fail, but that will lead to success. And you're one of the people I love watching grow. So thank you for your friendship, Lewis.
Oh wow, man, that means a lot to me, man. You've earned a hug, man. When I see you, man, you've earned. Well, white monsters are definitely coming, but you definitely earned a hug as well, man. And I really appreciate that, man. And you're one of the best in Ontario right now. I know you said you wanna strive to be one of the best, but you're definitely one of the best in Ontario right now. And you're just whatever you want to do, man. You're gonna accomplish it because you're an awesome dude, very very talented. And again, as you said, I enjoy this friendship as well, and I wish we were a little closer so we could we could hang out and get coffee and talk about Andre the Giant Funko Pops in person. But
And cheese biscuits.
and yeah, the cheese
biscuit.
tea biscuit. Yeah, I was I was in the mood. I've been in the mood for one of those for about 6 hours now. So
Bro, when you sent that message, I laughed so fucking hard.
okay, man. I'm glad. I was set the tone for the interview, man. That's why. Dude, again, thank you so much for joining me today. And anytime you want to come back, man, you're always welcome.
Thank you very much, Lewis. I'm grateful you're in my life.
Oh my gosh, dude, you're gonna make me cry, man.
Do it.
That's
Cry
you're
in tears of happiness.
Tear of happiness, man. You're so awesome, man. But yeah, I'm looking forward to when we do this again, bro. And have a good Thanksgiving, by the way.
You as well. Happy Thanksgiving to your family.
Same to you. Same to you. To you and your family. And hold on, don't go anywhere yet. I just want to talk to you quickly after I do the close up the show. Cool.
Yeah, no worries.
All right. Cool. All right. All right. Well, thank you for joining us today. This has been Shooting Up North Indie Edition. I want to thank my guest, Holden Albright, one of the best in Ontario. Make sure you check out Go Hard Pro. He bugged in Indiegogo. Donate. The show is going to be fantastic. And again, I want to thank him again for being on the show. And until next time, thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye. Stay safe, everyone. So long. Bye-bye.